The European Union's decision to ban the import of Russian coal led to a decline in both the euro and the pound sterling. However, on Friday, the currencies showed a rebound amid the news that the decision will come into force only in August. It means that Europe has several months to find a new supplier of energy resources. Thus, the situation is not that dramatic as it seemed earlier. However, it's still unclear what country will supply the European Union with the coal and how much it will cost. However, the results of the first round of the French presidential election is the main driver of the euro. President Emmanuel Macron currently has more than 27% of the votes, while far-right presidential candidate Marine Le Pen is second with a slightly more than 23%. The candidates will compete with each in the second round, and notably, all other candidates have called on their supporters to vote for Macron. The fact is that the victory of Marine Le Pen is considered to be the biggest threat to the European Union's stability, including economic relations. That's why investors positively reacted to the results of the first round. Meanwhile, the pound sterling is showing a different dynamic. It could hardly be influenced by the French presidential election. In fact, the rise in the euro should have affected the British currency via the US dollar index. But the UK industrial production report for February caused a decline in the pound sterling. Economists had expected the same growth as in the previous period. However, industrial production slackened to 1.6% from 3%. Notably, previous figures were upwardly revised from 2.3% to 3%, and as a result, the slowdown looks even more impressive. What's more, a report for March may unveil a considerable drop in production. This information will hardly encourage traders of the pound sterling. Nevertheless, today the climb in euro is likely to support its counterpart, allowing it to recoup some of its losses. Let's switch our attention to the trading charts. The euro-dollar pair almost hit the support level of 1.0840, where earlier we saw a slowdown in the midterm trend. Then the quote rebounded amid the news about the French presidential election. However, according to the technical analysis, the pair has every chance to slump. Under the current conditions, the pair may resume falling if it settles below the support level of 1.0800 on the 4-hour chart. Until then, we may see the price hovering. Meanwhile, the pound-dollar pair reached the psychological level of 1.30, which historically acted as support level. And this auction points to traders' great interest in the short positions. This, in turn, may cause a faster downward movement. The midterm downtrend is likely to continue if the price settles below 1.2950 on the 4-hour chart. Until then, the price may rebound from the support level of 1.30. How we'll go into in the short term, we will definitely tell you in our next news release. Don't miss them and stay up to date with us. See you soon.